भगवान श्री योगी राम सूरत कुमार की सर्वं योगी राम सूरत कुमारार्पणमस्तु।
From yesterday to today, the scenes have changed. There were so many people. Singing together the holy shrine of our Bhagwan, and today hardly a few. Yet Nama is ever the same. It is the changeless, ever fresh, ever powerful, eternal mantra that we are able to sing this at all is pure grace. And let us offer our thankful, grateful pranams endlessly at the lotus feet of Bhagwan. Nama is a precious gift. If we keep on singing, he will become our inner prompter. The indweller, the inner prompter, who would transmute us from the lowly metal that we are into pure gold. Every Nama, not a single Nama goes waste, especially when we sing with love for Bhagwan. From the depths of our heart, one single Nama would get us everything. Since we are unable to do this Nama in depth and in love, we have to do it, multiply it so many times. Like I always said, when there is lack of quality, we have to make it up with quantity. Bhagwan has promised us many times, for those who work for this beggar, my Father would turn the difficult situations into great blessings. And for those who work for this beggar, Father will keep them fit for the work. We have to remember this again and again. And now we shall see how this difficult situation, the prevalent pandemic that has created panic everywhere, that it's not only the physical health but mental health is also involved. We shall see 2 episodes where how the devotees made the best of the situation, how they turned this adversity into a great benefit, a great blessing. Devakani is one of those 6 devotees who had come from Madurai. Srimati Tilakavati Rajashekar is running a satsang where many housewives would participate. They would sing together Bhagwan's Nama. They would gather in Srimati Tilakavati's house every Thursday, sing Bhagwan's Nama with joy and love. And then there would be some satsang as well. They're all very devoted to Bhagwan, and they long to come to the ashram and spend time here. It's a great joy to have them around in ashram, because we would always fall into talking about Bhagwan, this experience, that experience, and how we would celebrate every episode, every incident from the lives of devotees. And it's a lot of merrymaking. We would laugh so much. So we had these 3 days, the last 3 days, spending together, talking and talking and talking about Bhagwan and devotees, drawing inspiration and joy. They said they had forgotten house, everyone and everything, and that this has been a pure joy, that they should come again and again. Now one of them, during our one session, said she had something to say. She is Devakani, true to her name. She could think of Bhagwan in depth, because of which she gets visions and dreams of Bhagwan. She said that during this corona pandemic, when it was very severe, in the place where they live, Mattutavani in Madurai, there was a time the policemen had to work through the night, controlling the crowd, and they needed volunteers. Devakani's son, Adavan, 28 years old, he was doing the work of acquiring loans from the banks for people who needed, like an agent. So when the situation developed, he wanted to do some service to the police department. He always wanted to become a policeman, but it did not happen. But then he thought, night, he wanted to help them. So he gathered some friends and offered their services to the police department. But you see, his mother, Devakani, was worried because it was fast spreading everywhere and it cost quite a few lakhs for proper treatment. And what was more, there was no guarantee people would survive it. She was very worried that her son had taken up this, and she was trying to stop him initially. But her son was adamant. He said, why you are worshipping a Bhagwan? You ask him. He would see to it. Saying it playfully, he left. After he left for the service, that is, the service was from evening 6 o'clock, from 6 p.m. through the night till 6 a.m. in the morning. All through the evening and night. 12 hours. And what was more, they had to stand. Stand and regulate. So you see, it was only justified that she was worried. She sat in the balcony and she started to chant Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar. And she kept on chanting and praying and chanting and praying, Bhagwan, please let me know whether I should send him at all. If it is okay, safe to send him on this service, because he would be with all those people who might have been infected already. There is no guarantee. Bhagwan, please let me know whether I can send him. And just then she found a butterfly moving along, touching her shoulder. And she knew immediately, she felt overwhelmed that Bhagwan should answer her in such a close way. And after that, she had no doubt at all. It just didn't matter what happened. Bhagwan has given his consent, and that was all there to it. So that from next day onwards, she began to send him happily, even if he delayed a bit. She would say, get up, you have to go. At 6 o'clock, go and offer your services there. So Adavan became very happy and he so readily offered. And because he was doing a lot of good service very efficiently, he got the appreciation of the higher officers as well. He was made to stand in the third barricade where it was severe. The infection was severe at its highest, and it did not matter to him. He just stood there and was doing whatever service they asked of him. The commissioner, the police commissioner, the assistant commissioner, the inspectors, and a fellow policeman, they all began to notice the way he was doing it. And so enthusiastically. And they all came one after the other, spoke to him, and appreciated his service. He was very surprised. So he went back home and he said, Amma, today so-and-so came and appreciated. And then he would say, this commissioner came today and he had a word of appreciation for me. And then he asked innocently, Amma, why is that? All these higher officers are coming and talking to me. It is very strange. They show respect to me. They show love to me. And they're all appreciation. What is happening? I don't understand. And then Devakani would say to him, hey, you think that you are standing there and doing services? It is my Bhagwan, Yogiram Sarat Kumar in you, who is operating you, who is activating you into this service. Don't you assume that you are doing it. I chant his name and I pray to him every day, and it is he standing in your place making you do all that. Never forget that. When she was describing this to me, she stopped and said, Amma, I remember in one of your talks, you said that you were chanting the name the whole day, staying up, and completed 20,000. And the next day, early morning, when you reported to Bhagavan, so happily, so excitedly, that you had completed 20,000, all that Bhagavan could say was, do you think that you said it, Devaki? Do you think that you chanted? You think you can chant it? It's my Father who made you do it. Don't ever think that you could do anything. She said, it went deep into my heart, Amma, and after that I realized that everything that we do is coming from Him. So I told my son the truth. It is my Bhagwan, Yogiram Sarat Kumar. Just see how beautifully put. So one day, at the end of the service, they did it for 40 days. 40 days, right in the thick of the situation, when everybody was so highly infected and so much panic everywhere. Yet, these people, these brave soldiers, offered their best services to the appreciation of all the elders around. So one day, these police officers called them all together, all the servicemen, the volunteers, and then they asked, when the situation is so severe, so bad, how is that your people are sending you for services, especially for the night service? Nobody would come. Everybody would be afraid. They would panic. But you people seem to be very brave. And all the other people who accompanied Adhavan said, yes, at home, everybody is panicking. They don't want to send us. But we tell them that we want to come, and then we come every day. But we are also afraid, sir. And yet, we continue to do this. But it was only Adhavan who could get up and say, no, sir, in our house there is no fear at all. My mother, in fact, even if I delay a bit, she would come and stand there and tell me, hey, get up, go for the service. She would send me willingly, happily. And then she tells me that it is Yogiram Sarat Kumar Bhagwan who is doing it through me. We have his protection. We have his blessing. It's all because of my mother. She packs me off punctually. And so there is no fear at all, and that is why everybody is able to work nicely here. All the higher officers of the police department were surprised. They couldn't believe that a mother willingly sends her son to the thick of a situation like that. Devakani says, why should I fear when I know it is Bhagwan who is behind him, helping him, guiding him and protecting him all the time. Not only him, all the volunteers. It's he. So it became a source of joy and inspiration for everyone there. And at the time, after that, of course, he lost his job and he didn't know how to go about it, searching for a job. And he asked his mother, "Mother, can I approach all those police people and ask for a job?" Devakani said, "No, don't initiate anything. Bhagavan is taking care of you. When he chooses, he will give you the right one." So he couldn't do anything. One day, regarding their ancestral property, he had to go to the registration office. So when he was talking to the registrar there, very casually he was asking about any work there, any job there. He was very delighted when the registrar said, "Yes, if you want, we can interview, we can arrange for an interview. There is a need. And if you earn your merit, then the job is yours." So he went through the interview, he was selected, and they gave him a salary of 50,000 rupees per month. And what is more, he was given a separate room, a setup, and then he was also getting trained for the work. All this happened very naturally. So Devakani says, how you see, Amma, how Bhagavan made a situation like this into a great blessing. This could have been anything, but all we got were blessings from Bhagavan. Now we shall shift our eyes to another scene. Srimati Dhanalakshmi and her husband had come here a few days back. It was the 21st wedding anniversary day for them. They wanted to be here in the ashram to celebrate it at the feet of Bhagavan. Dhanalakshmi was given the arati. She was very, very happy, and then I asked them to go around the ashram 3 times, chanting Bhagavan's name, and they did it very happily. And she was thinking, at the end of the 2nd round, she was so happy, she was thinking of Bhagavan very deeply all the time, and she was also talking to him playfully. I said, "Bhagavan, just because we chant your name, would you come with us like a kitten?" And as soon as the thought arose in her mind, suddenly she spotted really a kitten. And what was more, the kitten came near them, and the whole round, the kitten wouldn't leave them. All the time it was trying to cuddle, walking very close, touching her, that she was amazed that a single thought of hers, simply saying very playfully, in playful innocence, "Bhagavan, would you follow us like a kitten just because we chant your name?" And it materialized. She said she just couldn't believe what was happening. And then when this started, she said 1 year back in March 20th, suddenly this lockdown was announced. Her daughter working in Mysore had to return home. Her husband started to work from home, and her younger daughter could not go to school, she was also at home. She saw the way how it was getting very intense at home, being thrown together all the time. And then she prayed to Bhagwan Yogiram Sarat Kumar, and suddenly the idea came. She forced everybody, her husband, the two daughters, all of them sat together every day, evening at 6 o'clock. And then they would start chanting the name together. She said, let us chant Yogiram Sarat Kumar to the benefit of all. So every day, they began to do this chanting of Yogiram Sarat Kumar Nama without fail. Her husband was not interested at all to begin with, because he was a great devotee of Lakshmi Narasimha. Their Kul Devata, the family deity, is Kattalagiya Singer. So he was a great devotee. He was always chanting a mantra, a sloka of Lakshmi Narasimha all the time. But after this, people started singing Yogiram Sarat Kumar Nama. Slowly, everything changed, the atmosphere changed, and there were small and big experiences, what you might call miracles. Some indications from Bhagwan that he is receiving their Nama. And everybody began to hold on to that, cling to this Nama chanting. So much so, she says, her husband started to chant Yogiram Sarat Kumar all the time. He left the mantra of Lakshmi Narasimha, and it is Yogiram Sarat Kumar afterwards. And then she says, it's a great miracle. Everything is a miracle, because she became sensitive to this miracle happening all around all the time. They are from Tiruchi, Tiruvanikavu. And one day the longing came to her to do some puja to a small murti of Bhagwan and sing bhajans in front of him. But it is pandemic, lockdown, there's no way to come out. So she didn't know how to get it fulfilled. There was absolutely no way to do that. And there was another longing, because the ashram has stopped this Pada Puja because of the COVID situation. Suddenly this longing came up in her to do it in Kanimatam, near Kanyakumari. But then again, there was no hope at all of her going to Kanyakumari in the first place. Even then, her husband might not take her. You see, suddenly a situation developed. She developed a health problem. And they had to go to Kanyakumari to consult a doctor. Just see how things happen, how things get arranged. When she proposed to her husband that they could go to Kanimadam and do Pada Puja also there, her husband said, no, there's no need. Let's go to the doctor and come back home. So she knew that she couldn't go. She accepted it. After consulting a doctor, they had to board a train because they had already booked it. But suddenly her husband came and said, let's go take this bus. She was asking him, why? No, let's take a bus here. We'll go by bus for some distance. And then she simply boarded the bus. It stopped at Anjugram near Kanimatam. And then her husband, to her surprise, took her straight to Kanimatam temple of Bhagwan. He had also booked Pada Puja there. All that happened unexpectedly for her. To her surprise, it was a wonder of wonders that this was materializing at all. And there were hardly few people there. And they could do this Pada Puja and worship, and they could sing They could sing bhajans also. She says it's a great miracle that her every longing was getting fulfilled. There was still one more longing. She wanted to do it at home with a small murti of Bhagwan. But where would she go? And suddenly a phone call comes from Sri Masanamuthu saying that he was bringing the statue of Bhagwan and Bhagwan could be worshipped there in her house and bhajans could be sung. She was stunned. She had not expected this to happen at all. And suddenly, one day he came with the murti of Bhagwan, and then they were for nearly 2.5 hours. She had invited some 10 people, but 20 people and more kept coming, and it became a great celebration. And there was a lot of singing of the name and bhajans and also satsang. She says that every wish of hers is getting fulfilled, all because she is chanting his name. So much so, she said when she came here, it must have been a terrible situation for people because they are thrown together in the same house, mostly in the same room, and it might have led to some adverse situations also, but Bhagwan made us a blessing. What was to be a curse was made into a great blessing for them. She said this coronavirus period was a special joy for all of us because of Bhagwan. So you see in these two episodes, just by taking Bhagwan's Nama with love, how an adverse situation was turned into a great blessing of joy and love. And also service done to others without any trace of selfishness is puja to Bhagwan. We see that in the case of Adavan, how Bhagwan supported it. Bhagwan, I remember in one of Agaram Jayaraman's diaries, Bhagwan telling people, I think it was Nivedita, Sadhu Rangarajan's daughter. She had written in one article how when she had gone to visit Bhagwan in Sannadhi Street House, Srimati Kamalam of Madurai had come there with her husband, and Bhagwan was talking to her and Nivedita. And in course of that conversation, Bhagwan told them, do not keep your mind empty. Then all adverse thoughts would rush inside. All that is unwanted. Whatever you see, you pick up. Whatever you hear, you pick up. And the mind itself has the habit of raking up the past. So he says, fill up your mind with Nama. Nama of God. And it would lead to high thinking. And also he added, whatever you do, whatever service you do to your husband, your children at home, think that you are doing it to this beggar. You are doing your every action for the sake of this beggar who is living in Tiruvannamalai. Even when you feel thirsty and you offer yourself a cup of water, think that even this, my drinking a cup of water for my thirst, is my offering to Bhagwan. Every act, you can make it into an offering to God. So this is what we see, this kind of bhakti we see among these people. Dhanalakshmi also mentioned something very strange and very beautiful. During the course of the bhajans that was conducted at her house, Sri Masaramuthu asked her if they could have a satsang every month, one of these Sundays. After a little thinking, Dhanalakshmi said, yes, we can have it every third Sunday. She was a little doubtful whether that would be possible at all, even though she said it. And suddenly she found a particular type of flower called Virukshipu, Virukshi flower, that fell from the photo of Bhagavan, fell down. It's considered as a very auspicious gesture, a blessing from the deity. What was more, she was surprised at the choice of flowers. There were so many flowers, so many people had come to attend the session, and each one had brought different types of flowers. And there were so many of them, so well decorated, Bhagavan's Murti and the photos. Of all the flowers, this Virukshi flower, a bunch of it, should fall down as a wonder of wonders, because their family deity is Lakshmi Narasimha. Whenever they visited the family deity's temple, among the families, if there was something to ask God, say some confirmation for something, they would want to know the choice of God. So what they did always was tie up tulsi on the one hand, and then tie up this Virukshi flower. And both will be offered to God, the Lakshmi Narasimha. And if somebody should take it, if Virukshi flowers was chosen by Lakshmi Narasimha, they would know that it's a blessing. It's a confirmation. And here, from Bhagavan's picture, just as it would do from the family deity in the forest, the same flower fell down from Bhagavan's photo in approval of a choice of the day for every month for his worship. They may sound ordinary for people, but when you participate with great feeling of love and joy in such occasion, on such occasions, you will know what it means, that nothing is small grace. So she says there was occasion for joy every time something or the other came as an indication from Bhagavan. Now this Bhagavan is here right in front of us, ready to give any indication that we want, any auspicious gesture, if we should want from him. But that we have to ask with love in heart and chant his name with depth. Now let's offer our prayers today, Bhagavan, very deeply, very intensely, soulfully. We pray to you for your immediate divine intervention to free the entire humanity from the cruelty of this virus, Rakshasic virus, and bring back normalcy to life everywhere. Bhagavan, kindly uproot this panic and all the negative feelings from people. Arrest the spread of the disease. Enter the medicine so that it would work. Kill the virus once for all. And all those great volunteers, with no trace of selfishness, at the very risk of their lives, they are still laboring for the sake of others, fighting the disease. We know now that you are giving them protection. All the same, it is for our own benefit that we beg you again for protection for such people. We also seek your blessings for a lift to the economy, and above all, for constant remembrance of your name and the attitude to go about our life, daily life, with the attitude of being an instrument, a good fitting instrument in your hands, gratefully. And Bhagavan, above all this, there is just one more thing. By chanting your name constantly, by being an instrument in your hands, we must see only your grace in everything. We must be able to see only your presence, your grace in every incident of our life, every happening of our life. This is very, very important to us for our own peace and joy, love and seva. Jai Yogiram Surat Kumar.